a while since I've seen you guys. I'm not gonna lie, I've been pretty unmotivated to make videos. A bunch of, life got in the way really with work and, home life and shit. Basically, any free time that I've had this whole time, I've been putting into the IS, VIX IS that is. So basically, chassis harness, she's about 99% done. I have one wire left for the AC pressure switch, and I gotta tie up the grounds. That's it, I can wrap everything up. However, that chassis harness is through the firewall and plugged in to the ECU. It's a huge milestone for me. Big weight lifted off my shoulders. And now for part 2 is engine harness. Engine harness, I have it laid out across the engine bay right now. And this is the engine harness as it is. Basically, the only reason I haven't recorded anything with the chassis harness is wiring is just super fucking boring. I don't know how to make it entertaining for you guys. And I just didn't want to upload, bullshit content just for the sake of uploading. Just because I'm not being monetized yet, so there's really no point on my behalf. But yeah, just any free time I had, I've been putting it into the chassis harness. There it is. I just have to wrap this up all nice and neat, and those are just grounds down there that I have to tie up. And if we come in here, it's a little messy. You might not be able to see it, but that's the connectors up there on top of the steering shaft for the chassis harness and the Figs Engineering harness extension. So that's the update on that. As far as engine harness goes, here, these are the plugs that have to go into the cabin, to the ECU. This bundle right here goes to the automatic transmission, which is sitting over there. In case you didn't know, this car now has an R154. Basically I can cut this off, but not until I find out which wires are for the neutral safety switch and reverse lights. So I got to bring up a pin out for that for 2001 IS300. These have to go through the firewall. So my plan to get tagged for the engine harness now. First things first, I want to plug that into the ECU. So once that's plugged into the ECU, I'm going to start from there. I'm going to bring it out through the firewall and then start plugging everything where it needs to go and routing everything where I want it to go. Engine harness is going to be a lot easier than the chassis harness, so that's why I'm like super stoked on this step right now. My only thing now though, let me get some light in here. With the engine harness, you can see this hole through the firewall. It's got a lot of stuff going through it already. And I don't want to clog that hole up. Another thing is the engine harness factory sits on top of the lower intake runners. I'm going to put it underneath the lower intake runners, and I'm going to have the wires come up in between for the injectors and cam position sensor and BVTI. So I don't want to run a harness back and then jump across through here, because I'm trying to minimize the amount of wiring harness you see in this engine bay, because I don't want to go all the way up through here through the firewall hole and then back in this direction. To me, that's a waste of wire. So because I know the Figs Engineering harness extension is about behind the firewall in this general location, I'm going to attempt to open up a hole underneath the expansion valve on the firewall down here to shoot the wiring harness right through for the engine. Now I already checked it out inside and I'm in the clear. There's plenty of room there for a decent little hole, 1.5 inches. I've already kind of pushed my finger through the insulation, you can see, but that's going to be the spot where I'm going to have the engine harness come in through. And then everything's going to get plugged up there,
etc., etc.
So anyways, as far as my SC and my IS go, not a whole lot going on, man. Both cars are running really good. I do have some like little bullshit things I need to do, like the SC. I got I mean, they're both due for an oil change, that's for sure. So, the SC300 definitely needs an oil change soon. That rear strut's still blown. Like I said, some life things got in the way, and work got in the way. So can't exactly afford to throw coilovers on it at the moment. No, I don't want to throw some cheap $300 eBay coilovers on it. That's not my fucking style, man. I'm trying to get some BCs or maybe some PBMs. I'm also leaning towards Fortunato, but those can get a little expensive, so those might not happen. But I'm kind of leaning towards BC. Other than that, I gotta swap out the fog lights. I got another set of 97 through 99 or 2000 fog lights from Randy. I just gotta polish them up and throw them in. Reason being because my original ones are cracked on the lenses, so it sucks. Looks ugly as balls. And I want to polish those up and put them back in with a huge crack. I mean, it's just to make it look more noticeable. The IS300, that rear O2 sensor, I did. It's kind of funny. Thought I could save some money, so I took the O2 sensors out of Vic's car, and he's not gonna use them. He's running Haltech. The car came with no check engine light, which is cool. Alright, fuck it. So the sensors are so good, right? Took the Bank 2 sensor 2, which is the one all the way in the back that you have to unplug underneath the passenger seat, and swapped it out with the used one out of Vic's car, and it was fine for about a month or two, and then all of a sudden fucking check engine light came back on. I was like, well, fuck me. So other than that, IS is good. Still gotta put some rear tires on it. When that happens, I'll probably do a fat burnout, burn off the old tires, and I don't know, make some constant out of it. Maybe go drift. Yeah, the SC, just waiting on things for it to clear up financially for myself, so I could throw some coilovers on it finally. I'm also planning on getting a new camera set up. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Got a couple of jobs lined up. Working on a 2010 ISF. And also like a 2004 BMW 5 Series, I think it is. Just a little tune-up shit. So those two jobs, maybe I can pick up my new camera setup. It's something I've wanted for a long time. Just tired of recording on my phone or my heavy-ass Canon T3 DSLR. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I gotta open up the firewall on Vic's car, plug that engine harness through, and I think from there it's gonna be downhill. I gotta find a spot to mount the Mishimoto oil cooler. Once that is all mounted up, I can mount the oil filter relocation kit and get all braided lines and AN fittings, because I gotta measure everything out, see the lengths I need, the fittings I need, the angles, the sizes, blah blah blah. The Altezza lights are sitting right here. I got the 9006 plug to eliminate the factory IS300 HIDs. Wire those 9006 plugs in. Then I can bolt up the Altezza headlights. Other than that, honestly, the car will be ready to start and run. I have a tuner in mind. I'm going to hit up Jack from HP Logic. If you haven't checked out his channel, I highly recommend it. The guy makes good content. He is in somewhere in Palm Beach County. He has a shop. He imports cars. He has a shop. He builds them, and he has his own dyno. And the guy, from what I've seen, is a Haltech genius. I got to get in contact with him once this car is nearing completion. I got to email Jack. I already have his email address, and try to get the ball rolling on that. I just don't know anybody else. One guy that we did have here in Miami, he packed up and moved to Texas. He's the one who tuned this setup in the black car. before it was totaled out and we took the engine out. Anyway, he went to Texas, so I gotta find someone new, and Jack from HP Lodge is gonna be it. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Hopefully he can do it. But yeah, I can't wait to hear this thing fire up, run, do a couple shakedown drives around the block, make sure everything's good, no leaks, no weird shit, electrical gremlins. Yeah, I'm super stoked. The only thing is my job schedule. My job requires me to have to travel a lot, and really sucks days at a time. So I don't work like a normal 9 to 5 job where I come home every day, and I can grind on this in my garage. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Let's see, anything else? Honestly, that's pretty much it. I'm sorry for the talking video. I know people typically hate talking videos, but I wanted to give you guys an update on what's going on, because I haven't posted in a while. Next video will probably be of myself opening up the firewall here on Vic's car and pushing that harness through. And then I have a 2010 Lexus ISF getting a water pump, AM intake, and Hawk brake pads up front. Then after that, it's going to be a 2004 BMW 5 Series, getting a tune-up, alternator, battery, spark plugs, oil change, air filter, I think cabin air filter too, just for Mickey Mouse shit. The car's in really good shape, so it really doesn't need much, just basic maintenance crap. Other than that, stay tuned. Even since I haven't been recording, I've gained I think like 5 or 6 subscribers the past month, and it doesn't sound like a lot, but I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Until then, thank you very much. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Thank you very much. Don't forget to follow my Instagram for updates. Peace.
When I'm dead, just throw me in the trash.